It is episode 10, Tony. That means we've hit episode 10. And I've been looking back
Wow.
and thinking back to when we started our WhatsApp group, when we recorded, and I found the dates just to give you a little bit of a rundown. We
Hmm.
started our WhatsApp group on the 26th of February
Wow.
between me, you, and Woody. We recorded on the 28th, and the episode released the 1st of March. And obviously, because it was a leap year, that was 2 days later. So that's
Yeah, yeah.
3 months, and we've done 10 episodes with all the content we've done, all the people we've had on. Put
Hmm.
it to perspective, me and Ash brought the podcast back on May 26th. Plug Ash quickly. Uh, we only done 7 episodes in 7 months, me and Ash. So just in 3 months, we've done 10. And we've now done in total, we've brought the total Talks with Dogs episodes to 41 episodes, 9 episodes away from the big 5-0. Just wanted to put all that information into the intro. How you been?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm all good. I'm all good. I'm quite chuffed that we've made it this far.
It's cool,
We're
isn't
not
it?
just a fling, not just a one night thing. We're more than that. We're commitment. We're in this together.
We are. And the cool thing is, like, when I look back at that conversation, the start of the conversation was like, Woody meet Tony, Tony meet Woody. Me thinking, hopefully these guys will get on. Hopefully we all get on. And 10 episodes down, we're doing all right.
10 episodes down, and you was hoping me and Woody would get on. Me and Woody have met. Me and you never have. So
Well, we
yeah.
can talk about. We nearly did this weekend, but we'll talk about that in
Oh,
a
so
bit.
close. Ooh, so close.
Um, this episode is going to be just me and Tony. Like this is great. We added Scott to our team on the last episode, so we've now got a total actual member of five and a half if you include Ash, and we could still only get this new
Yeah.
together again. To record. Obviously, Woody's still dealing with dad life. Scott's busy. LaFerd said he might pop in. I might just send him the link, and he might just be able to jump in randomly. Um, But yes, it's just me and you for the first part of this. Later on, we've got the return of Tree Frog Grading. Katie from Tree Frog
Yeah.
Grading is going to catch up with us and tell us all about what's been going on over in the card grading world, which obviously me and Woody recorded this last night. Great conversation. Like I told you, we found out some great stuff about our code, which we always plug. We still got the plug. And obviously, let's go back to that conversation. Me and you almost had a meeting this weekend. Almost.
It was so close. I could almost taste you.
I'm not
So
gonna lie.
close.
This sounds so weird. I was in my hotel until 11:30, and I was because I told you the train was like 11:30 from Sheffield or something. I was waiting
Yeah,
for you to
yeah.
text me going, "I'm on my way," the whole way.
Only if, man. Only if. Only if. I'm not even sure that I explained the situation fully because you was mental for work and traveling up and down the country. I was mental for work and twin life and work and all the rest of it. But what had happened was I got the okay. I got the okay from my missus that I was allowed out to go out and play with Ryan, and it was all looking really good to do so. And then I discussed the times with her. Then she was like, "Oh, but it's a festival. I thought you would be going later on in the day and doing an all night type of thing." No, it was meet Ryan in Nottingham at like midday, but because we already arranged for my missus to go out and get like a load of errands done and what have you, I couldn't make that, and I had to be with you to enter the place. So if I couldn't make it to meet you, I couldn't make it in, which was it. Like, and the worst part, which I haven't actually told you, is I would have been free just an hour later. Like I would have been able to make it, skimmed it by an hour if it could have worked.
That obviously we haven't even said what I was doing because I mean some people might actually listen to this that don't know who I am and don't know what I do as a job. Obviously, I'm a DJ, and on the weekend I got asked to do, which I can only say the biggest gig of my life, was to host and DJ at Sausage and Cider Festival Nottingham, which
The
included
Sausage Fest.
this big sausage fest. It included people like Scouting for Girls, which I didn't get to meet personally, but I got to introduce them on stage, which was fucking cool, and stand and watch their whole set. And Sean Williamson, aka the one and only Barry from EastEnders. Barry
What a
from
ledge.
Extras, which I mean, I liked him as Barry in EastEnders, but I've just
Yeah.
literally rewatched Extras, mate. Fucking brilliant in that, and got to meet him and have a conversation with him. And I'm going to point it out, he only follows me on Instagram now, doesn't he?
Lad.
So if
You,
you'd have
you
been
missed
there,
out on that fine detail, didn't you? You missed out on that.
oh mate, I've been saving it for this. I was so obviously I tagged like his page in that. I got his page follow me, his actual proper page, and his karaoke, the stuff that he does, like the singing
Oh yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
followed me as well. I was like, mate, I'm doubling there. But we had a brief conversation. I had to go and talk to his manager about something, and I'll be honest, I kind of took it as my chance to go over and sort of maybe get introduced quickly,
Mm.
but made it professional. Like, hey, buddy, did you sort out that guy to get people to sign up for karaoke? And he was like, yeah. He went, oh, Sean, this is Ryan, by the way, the DJ. And he was, hello, Ryan, lovely to meet you. And there was a lady there. I don't know if it was Sean's partner but really nice to introduce her. And he went, so Ryan, have you done many of these? And I was told not to tempt anybody. It was my first time, but I thought,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to lie to Sean, am I? You know what I mean? I went, I'll be honest with you, Sean. It's my first one, but no one's meant to know. Let me know if I do all right. But the good news is I've pretty much been told I should be going back to do more, so I think he's done all right. And I'm also going to, by the way, I'm going to show off and add a picture down here at some point of me on stage with 1,000 people, just to remind you of what you missed out. What you could have won, Toe.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I've seen some of the videos, mate. I'm not even gonna like jest and pull you. It looked fucking amazing, bruv. Like to do that is a it must have been a spectacle. And like obviously you had your little mark out moments, didn't you? You had your little Triple H moment, and gave yourself some entrance, right?
Sorry, what did you say could potentially happen to my camera earlier when I
That
said,
that
did
you'd
you
freeze.
no about did you mention something about my cat?
You no.
I thought you said something about your cat might drop out of the sky or something like that.
Oh no, so the cat would fall out your mouth.
My cat's just climbed through the window, literally there. So obviously, when this is recording and we see the full screens, you'll probably see my cat come through the window. She just scared the. Go on, get out, you little. Meet Kimmy. Yeah.
Boop.
Hey, seriously. Obviously, if you don't know, my cats are called Tom and Kim. Tommy and Kimberly.
Ah, Power Rangers reference, people.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Power Ranger reference. Yeah, mate. So this festival, right, man. I mean, I was told there was between 8 to 13,000 people. I weren't counting individually. I mean, I may have ADHD, but I ain't got time for that. And the first bit, because I was kind of like put to the side, DJ on the side, and given a wired microphone just to introduce people, I was fine. But they kind of, in between Scouting for Girls and karaoke, they were like, there's going to be a bit where there's no music. We need to move your decks. Can you go into the middle of the stage? So they gave me the wireless mic. We'll give you this one for this bit. Gave me a wired microphone. I went out and in my head, I'd been told by my boss who got me the job, big shout out to Sam, by the way, was that I've put you there to be you, not hold back, be you, and go on that stage and do what you do best. So I went forward with the microphone, still had music, ended up getting them singing like Five and Let's Get Ready to Rumble by Ant and Deck, all these people, by the way. And from that moment, after karaoke, they just went, this microphone's staying with you for the rest of the day, by the way. You're like, think I've done something right. I think I've
Yeah,
done
man.
okay. That feeling, it was unbelievable, man. And I can't remember because share presentation. There's upload a slide presentation. No, share screen. I got a little video for us to watch that's not been shared on my social media.
Son of
Tony's
a
like,
butch.
"Fuck." Here's another reminder of what I missed out on. All right, let me open it up. Uh, just once, that'll do. Oh,
Insert 5 hours later.
yeah. Sorry, this is entire screen. All right, if I share entire screen and then this, you should be. Can you see it?
Yes, bruv.
Right, you should be able to hear it as well. Listen to this. Listen to this song.
I can't hear you.
Ah! That should
I
not
couldn't
be.
hear it. Couldn't hear it.
You couldn't hear it.
I couldn't hear it.
Ah, mate. Ah,
Woody.
this is why we need him sometimes. I know why as well. I know why.
You
Ah,
dipstick.
oh, mate, I'm fuming. Hang on. Right. This is where things get really awkward. It's because, right, me being a dickhead and sharing entire screen,
Hmm.
I have to press share. I have to press sound. Try again. Try this. I take it you can hear it now.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that was my Saturday.
Nice. Nice. Well, I after all of that, and after you run away without me and decided that I couldn't come, I I went out and had cheeseburgers for to drown my sorrows and celebrate the fact that I'd lost nearly a stone in 5 weeks. A little big up myself. I decided to replace that with two massive burgers from a place called Fat Hippo. It was banging. So yeah.
Like I was about to give you praise because one, I didn't actually know you were trying to lose weight in any sense, but I'm pretty sure you've also just gained it back, but just by them cheeseburgers.
Yeah, a big chunk of it. I haven't weighed myself at all
Yeah,
since Sunday.
yeah. I'd give yourself a week and do a bit of
Yeah.
running or something. Yeah, go running down the road. Again, I know obviously not to. But I was gutted you weren't there because, like I said, it was obviously I wanted someone there, and it would again, what a first day for me and you to actually meet in person would have been
Would have
alright.
been epic.
Yeah, and so it was very nerve wracking knowing I was going there on my own. But luckily, felt comfortable after a while. But it would
Yeah.
have been nice to have
You
someone there. So you were missed, mate. You were
you
missed.
you look like you done just fine without me. And do you know what? I'm going to just give a little anecdote here. This isn't the first time I've missed out on being on centre stage at a festival,
Oh, really?
unfortunately. Yeah. So this was donks ago. Me and my ex's family all went to Glastonbury. We went a couple of times on the trot, but one of the years that we went, NERD, so Pharrell's band, NERD were opening on the Pyramid stage on like the Sunday morning or Saturday morning. And I said to all of us, I was like, look, if we're going to be front row of somewhere, let's make sure we're front row there. It's a morning one, we've got a chance of doing it, and then once they've done their set, we can escape and just do whatever else, yeah? So, night before, that was the plan. I start trying to wake people up in the morning. Everyone's obviously hanging and stoned over and all the rest of it, as you are at Glastonbury. And oh yeah, we're going in a minute. And I was getting so annoyed. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go by myself.
Yeah.
But then they all like holding me back. So we went down eventually, and we weren't too far back. Like we was not that you can make rows in festivals, but it was like second, third, maybe fourth. Back and forth in a bit. Definitely weren't front. Anyway, so Pharrell and NERD, they're doing their set. They're having a pretty sick time, and then before their final song or two, Pharrell comes down to the front railings, and he just like pulls every single fucker up from the front row to come up on the Pyramid stage. So like all the front row go up, and then suddenly we're like second to front row again, and there I am just watching all these people like, and I'm telling my ex, telling everyone I was with, was like, if we were down here, that could have been us. Oh
Yeah.
no, no, he wouldn't have pulled us up. That would have been our luck. If we come down, he wouldn't have done this. Like, don't try it, man. We could have been Pyramid stage at Glastonbury, but no, we missed out. So I'm not meant to be on stage apparently.
What's it called? Oh, what's that film with the guy that always misses his chance? Always misses the chance. Is it? Oh, it's John. Is it John Cusack? Is it John
I'm not
Cusack?
sure. I know.
Double. It's double or split something. Oh, I can't think of what it is. Where like it's one of them films that if he'd just got that train 5 minutes earlier, or if he'd just got this, everything would have changed for his life. Oh, I can't think
Ah,
of
man,
what
I
it is.
don't. No, you'd have to get back to me on that. I'm not sure of what it is at all.
It's bugging me. Someone in the comments, please, just tell me what that film is. By the time this comes out, I'll have googled it, but I can't think of it. I can picture the like the poster. It's him, and it's like I think it's red and yellow. Oh, Sliding Doors.
Yes.
Is it Sliding Doors?
It
No.
might be. I know the poster now, and yeah, I think it is John Cusack. Um,
Oh,
all I've got in my head is Multiplicity, but that was Michael Keaton, wasn't it?
that was Michael Keaton. Michael
Yeah.
Keaton. That's the next poster going up. Multiplicity. Ah, that was a brilliant film as well. I always remember the stupid version of him.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I need to watch that. But it's going to bug me about that film now. It's not Sliding Doors.
Let's have a.
You're going to Google it, and yeah.
But I'm not going to tell you.
Don't do that, John
No,
Cusack.
no. This is.
I'm trying to look. I'm looking as well. Sod you. Gross Point Blank.
Yeah, fuck.
Is that the right? Is that the right film though? I might be confusing it with Sliding Doors.
Sliding. No, so Sliding Doors is
Nev Campbell,
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow. Okay.
But I know the film you're on about, and I can picture the damn poster.
The picture I've got in front of me, this red and yellow, is Gross Point Blank. But I don't think. Now looking at that, I think that might be the wrong story. I might be confusing about three films from the 90s here. This was 1997. I was 11. You know what I mean? Jesus.
No, I know it's not Gross Point Blank. I know. Oh God, what have you done to us?
But just stop.
We've got we've got we've,
We've got
we've got
dead
a podcast to record.
We've got a podcast because it's just dead air. We'll figure it out, and I'll put it in the comments if I have to. But there's been some trailers coming out, Tony. And had you watched? I sent you 3 trailers to watch. Had you watched any of them previously to me telling you that, or was you holding back?
I watched Moana. I watched the Moana trailer this morning, actually, and the Beetlejuice trailer I watched a few days ago, maybe the day it came out. Venom 3, I wasn't even aware that there was a full trailer until earlier on today, and I saw some people doing what they do on Twitter X, and that is shit on everything that they like. So I watched it with taking all that review with a pinch of salt. And just why we're on that, why is Twitter X that place that if you're a fan of something you got to do your best to shit on it? Like, what is that, man?
It is that. I mean, I try to go on there and I try to be quite positive. I've never I like going through and seeing people. This is where people go to make complaints about companies as well, right? Twitter
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
way to do it. They sort of like
It's a customer service, yeah.
customer service thing. Go to Twitter and take to it. But I'll always try. I try to be quite positive on there. But this actually brings me to a point, right? Because I was thinking about this. You know that picture you sent into the WhatsApp group the other day, and if I can, I might even throw it up. The picture of you where you've got some hair and I can't remember what wrestler it is, but you're pointing at the wrestler going.
Oh no, it wasn't a wrestler. It was David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff, that's it. Don't hassle the Hoff. I was looking at that picture and I was thinking, you actually look really familiar when you've got that hairstyle. Was that around your era of being going to all the British wrestling shows? I'm assuming.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah.
Was you you were part of a group of wrestling fans that were pretty smarky? I think they would call you smarks, yeah. Proper smart marks.
I was in a group of definitely smarky asses. Yeah.
I knew, because I remember a group being at all the British shows, and when I saw your face in that picture, I was like, I remember not liking you. Just that really loud group of smart marks that had an opinion on everything, and would literally leave a show, and you'd go on the internet, the old interweb for wrestling, and there would be comments about everything.
Right. So before we move on to the trailer thing, right? Let's tidy this up a little bit, okay? I feel like yes, I was in groups like this, and I don't feel like we were negative Nancy's or know-it-alls. Yeah, we done some fantasy booking, and we critiqued some shows through various blogs and YouTube videos and all the rest of it, and in our little what was it used to be called? IWC little community there.
The IWC.
There was a bunch of that. There was one incident with Rev Pro that I did go all out in and really do my best to like try and annihilate them. So this was like quite early on with Rev Pro, and I knew it was early on because I can't remember how many Twitter followers I used to have on that account. But I had like 3-4 times the amount of followers that Rev Pro did at the time, so I thought, I was Charlie fucking Big Potato, didn't I? Anyway, so me and my mate Steve got front row tickets to a Rev Pro show, and I can't remember the number or the name of it, but it was one where Sting turned up to replace somebody. I think it might have been Kurt Angle he came to replace. Nice. But Sting didn't wrestle. He just came and said, I'm Sting. I like wrestling. This is Rev Pro, everybody, and then left. Like his promo was as quick as that. Anyway, me and Steve, we had front row to the show. Opening bell went, matches in progress. Some security guard comes up to us and was like, "You two need to move." I'm like, huh? He's like, "Yeah, these two have got tickets for these seats," and it was two girls, and let's say attractive girls, and I'm not going to say confirm or deny that they were well-known ring rats. I'm not going to say anything like that. But the security guard was like, "Yeah, you two, you got to move." I was like, "Well, no, look, here's our tickets. They're for here. Can you show us their tickets?" And he was like, "It's not like that. Like, these are their seats." I was like, "Oh, no, we've paid for this." He's like, "Well, look, you've got a choice. Like, I move you or you can move." Ooh. So I was like, "Fucking move us then." And he did. He picked up my chair and like went to move me away. And I was like, "All right, fine. Like, reseat us, like, if this is what it's going to fucking take." And the matey boy sat us up in the balcony behind a lighting rig. So like we was having to watch the whole show like this. I'm this way, Steve's that way, and I'm like, how have we gone from front row to this? And then that was when I realised I had a lot more followers than Rev Pro at the time. So I was like, fucking Twitter this. Like I went ham. Like I just slated them the whole time I was at the show. I slated them all the way home. And then I forget the fella's name. Is it Andy Quilden?
Yeah.
Who used to run it? He started tweeting me and was like, "Can you stop it? Like, can you stop doing this?" I was like, "Well, no, not really, because I've not even got an apology from you guys, let alone like any sort of like compensation for this or what have you. Like, no." And then this went back and forth a little bit, and then I kind of finished it. It was like, I'm not going to get anything from this, and like, I'm bored of like complaining. I'll moving on. But then people like from Rev Pro, including Andy himself, were like, "Oh yeah, fucking whatever my name was, like King Bingus at the time on Twitter." He's like, "Yeah, that guy's a bitch. Like, don't fucking follow him." I'm like, whoa, I haven't said anything in weeks. And then like every now and again, they've just come a tweet like, "Fuck that guy." So yeah, there was that. That was the one incident where I was a real smarky mark. But I feel like that, again, it was going to what you're saying, using Twitter as like a customer service vent,
I'm so glad you reminded me. I wanted to bring this up by talking about that. I swear to God, when you sent that picture, I was like, I'm going to hold this for the episode. But I'm like, I recognise him. And I'm joking about, like, not liking, but I remember this group of smarts. When they were at the show, there was just groups. All the wrestlers knew, like, oh, for fuck's sake, like, because everyone knew that as soon as they left the show, they were going online to see what these motherfuckers were saying about each match.
Yeah.
It was like a real anxiety thing of, like, and the botchamania stuff and all that people were posting.
Yeah.
Bringing out wrestlers, rinsing out wrestlers from fucking up, which is always, I always find that harsh. Like, it's such a...
Yeah.
Injuries and fuck-ups happen. Like, you try and do it. And it's usually can't do it that give them the most shit. You try
of course.
720 backflip motherfucker. Fucking
Mate,
tell you.
when I've been to meet and greets, the trouble that some people have getting in and out of the ring, stepping over a rope, like shut up about like even running the ropes. You can't even get through them. Like, don't give it that. But yeah, I'm going to just speak out again for a couple of my buddies that were in this little circle. I think we was a bunch of positive Pete's on the most part. Dave Green, Colin, Joe, and Ross, and of course my buddy Steve. Helen, a bunch of us were good people, but that circle, that IWC circle was huge, and there were, kind of smarky marks in there that I would have done work with and been on podcasts and blogs and what have you. But cool, man. I don't ever remember dissing Super Relic. I thought he was a cool guy.
Yeah. To be honest, all the shows you would have gone to, Super Relic weren't at, mate. Super Relic weren't not there. I mean, I did IPW, but the best thing is my stint at IPW, which could have turned to more, but it didn't. Do you remember Yestin Reese?
Yeah.
Yestin Reese. He was doing a thing called the Skinny Boy Challenge, and he'd bring out wrestlers and destroy them.
Yeah.
Well, I was the one that he destroyed twice. I was the first, and I was on the second one. I came back for more, and the story was meant to be lead down the months where he destroyed all these skinny boys, and then we all got together and went after him.
Like a Megazord of skinny boys.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Skinny sword power now. That was meant to be the idea, but it was cool. 'Cause I actually got to come out to my wrestling music. I've got to give another plug to Ash. Ash was obviously doing really well at IPW at the time. He was literally pushing me to get in there. I was training for IPW and trying to get back into wrestling, and he was trying to get me a stint. That little stint was still a stint at IPW, so regardless, I'm doing that. My mate who's pushing me is in the main event doing a TLC match with Paul Robinson and Shah Samuels, while I'm getting beaten up by Eston Reese. Love it. Absolutely love it.
It's a paycheck, right?
It wasn't for me. For him, it was. I was doing the freebies.
It was a learning curve. Come on, this is me being positive Pete for you, fuck's sake.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, it was just that picture. I was like, I recognised you, and I just instantly, I was like, I remember these guys that just used to turn up to the show that everyone would stress about because they always had an opinion on the shows. And
I mean, I was. No, again, I'm not going to say I was a smart guy. I found myself thinking that I knew. I was vocal, but in a positive way, and I found myself talking like one of the boys and using terms that probably weren't for the people in the seats and stuff. One thing, exactly, yeah. One thing that I did do was I had a couple of season tickets for Progress, so I was front row for like 2 and a bit years at Progress, and I wore a Union Jack jacket every single show because I wanted to be it's because I wanted to be seen.
Oh right.
But Zack Sabre did see me wearing it into the ballroom, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I want you to come and do my entrance with me." And I was all pumped, thinking that I was going to like walk out the curtain with him and stuff. But he grabbed me on the way round the ring. I'd done a little pose off and stuff with him. That was a cool experience.
You've got a picture, of that, right?
Yeah, it's somewhere on Facebook. Yeah,
we'll find it, and look, it's down there now. That's clever, isn't it? I'm doing this, and I'm adding editing stuff to myself. Like, I'm the one that's got to do all this.
I know, and once we press stop, I get to go to bed. So yeah, that'd be fun for you. But trailers, right?
Trailers, and where should we start? Should we start with the one that I'm probably least bothered about, and that's Moana? I just put it in there because it's a big thing, and obviously it's got my guy and it's got Dwayne in it. I probably wouldn't have even bothered watching the trailer if Dwayne weren't back in it. I thought they were doing the live action one next, not a sequel.
So that's it's weird that this comes up because I didn't know Moana 2 was like that far in production. It was going to have a trailer at all, like for now. So a conversation came up at work last week, and we was talking about the live action Moana happening. And I remember it was around about WrestleMania time that Rock, Dwayne put out a message saying, "Oh, we're putting a pin in live Moana for now,
Oh, I
just
didn't know
to
that.
create some time between the original and the remake." And then I was just saying last week in the office, I was like, "I bet you a penny to a pound of pig shit, they're separating it just so they can squeeze like Moana 2 in and obviously make a bit more money, and then go on for another remake." Um, looks like that was the case. Well, half of it's the case. They are bringing Moana 2 out to probably put more space between the original and the remake, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean it looks fun. I mean, I don't think I've ever fully watched the first one. I actually sing "You're Welcome" on karaoke, but purely because it's The Rock
Yeah.
and I sing it. Did I tell the story about this on the last one when I sung it and some girl and she made me feel really old?
No.
No, I can't. I thought I had. So it was around Christmas. I was doing my karaoke night on Thursday, and it was coming to the end of karaoke, and I decided I was going to end the karaoke by doing "You're Welcome." This girl then comes
Hmm.
over and goes, "Hi, can I do karaoke?" I was like, "I'm really sorry, love. Like, I've stopped taking karaoke and we're ending." She went, "Oh, okay. I just wanted to do a Disney song." And I went, "Oh, what song did you want to do?" She went, "I wanted to sing 'You're Welcome' from Moana." I went, "Listen, right, you're very lucky because usually I'm a grumpy old bastard, but I'm actually going to end the karaoke with 'You're Welcome.' How about for fun, me and you do it together?" She went, "Yeah, let's do it. That'd be great." So we go out, we do it, we smash it, and like we literally we're both really good at the song. We smash out the rap, do all of it, and at the end, I give her a hug. "Oh, well done." She went, "Oh my God, you must have kids."
Well, you do.
I do, but like that. But what that means is, what to me is that she looked at me and she saw old man. Do you know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
that's what just stressed me out. Is this that because I'm always working with the youngsters. I'm always around the youngsters. I forget how old I am. That was a nail in the head of you must have kids. Not that I could have just watched the fucking film and enjoyed it. You must have kids. And I went, yeah, yeah, I do. I went, fuck this. I went back to DJing. I was really enjoying myself until that moment. I'm gonna go get
Yeah,
myself a
mate.
cup of tea.
Real situation in it. Real situation.
But so, Moana 2, what did you think?
Trailer wise, there wasn't much to really dissect. Really, like she tells people that she's going to leave to go out to sea again. This time they look like they're okay with it. She prats about on a boat. She goes out into a cave. She comes out of a cave. There's big monstery god things. Goes back out to sea. Maori turns up and says, "Oh, look, you brought a pig with you this time. Where was the pig last time? Because I like bacon," or something to that effect. And then cut. So yeah, I mean, there's not much else to go out than that.
It for a Disney film, it looks your standard sequel and just like trying to recapture the magic. It looked a bit of fun for the kids. I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll probably have to watch it with the kids. I'm sure Ronnie will probably want to watch it. So yeah, looks good.
But like Moana one, I don't know about your opinion, but I think I can guess it. Given your little anecdote about the songs, is um, Moana, like a lot of Disney films, but Moana more so, I feel like is known for the songs. Like
Yes.
there's a story that threads the songs together. Then to some degree, I think that was the same as Frozen. Maybe that's why Frozen 2 didn't fucking hit any mark whatsoever, because it was all about the songs from the first one. Maybe that's what's going to happen here with Moana 2. Maybe.
What I loved about Moana as well is like, as I said, I don't think I've ever fully watched it, but I know the story in that, and it was a nice, fresh story. All the stories I've done in the past, the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, we'd heard that
Yeah.
fairy tale growing up. Anyway, even though the film was out before we were born, but them stories, we knew them stories. This was
Before you were
nice.
born, even.
Fuck you. Hang on, aren't you older than me? Are you 38 yet?
No, not yet.
Are you not?
No, I'm not. No,
You fucking liar.
no. September '86, man. I'm not there. Am I? No, I'm not there yet. No.
No, if you're September 86, you're younger than me because I'm May 86. Fuck's sake, I thought you were older than me. Damn it. Yeah, but okay, it had come out, I think, before I was born. Maybe not. Probably hadn't. But it
It did.
was,
It was like the '40s or some shit,
yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, yeah, proper old. So, but Moana felt like a fresh fairy tale that we didn't know. Obviously, it's the is it the what they call the Polynesian people,
Yeah, yeah,
people in Hawaii and then the Hawaiian Islands and that.
yeah,
I've never heard that story, so it was a nice, fresh fairy tale story to hear and see.
yeah.
It's fun as well with a little chicken thing.
Yeah, and do you know what? On a personal level, I think things like Moana, and there was another Disney film very recent I haven't watched because I intentionally I want to save it until my girls are a bit older. So anyone who doesn't know, and it's not massively your business, but I've got mixed race daughters, so having something like Moana and like any sort of like quality Disney film that's got like a black princess in, or a person of color as the main character, I think it's just going to be really important for them to be able to watch these films when they're older. So on a personal note, it's probably going to be quite important in my house whether I like the films or not.
Yeah, no, exactly that. It was around that time, obviously over the last few years, they've been making films that are focusing more on, not just a white cast. So
Yeah.
everyone's heroes, and I mean, I don't agree with when they say that Black Panther was the first black-led superhero because hello Blade, right? I'm sorry, we lived through Blade.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's slightly different, and he was a bit more adult-esque, but
Yeah, and it's
Spawn
because it
was
wasn't
even before that.
MCU, wasn't it?
And Spawn was even before that, and Spawn's a fucking great film.
See, I know of Spawn. I don't know, like, I remember when it came out, like, being quite, oh, wow, that's, like, the graphics at the time weren't terrible. They might have aged quite badly now. But I was like, what a cool looking, like, superhero with, like, the sort of, like, segue into the next one, that sort of, like, symbiote cape looking suit he had. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's really cool. But I know nothing of Spawn. So what, is it, the guy is Spawn is black?
Yeah, he is the guy that becomes Spawn. Originally, is a black character. I can't remember his name. Can't remember his like normal name now, but he dies in a fire and is brought back from hell by being given his powers as Spawn. And it's a
Right,
fucking
okay.
great. I used to love the comics as well, man. I love Spawn, and the movie was really good. The guy that played him, Michael Jai White, but that was like '94, I think it come out, maybe.
Yeah, mid 90s, yeah.
There was a
So
about 5
so
years
Black
ago.
Panther can sit down then.
Yeah, yeah. Not to knock Black Panther for what it did. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
But when people were saying that this is the first black-led superhero movie, listen, listen. The '90s may be forgettable for some, but for us, listen. Blake and
Yeah,
Spawn
man.
were there first, all right? I'm sorry, but they were, and they're fucking great movies. And I wanted to be Spawn when I was a kid, or I wanted to be Blake, because they were fucking awesome. A vampire that could walk in the daylight. Yeah. Spawn as well. As I said, I was going to say Michael J. White. Like they were still talking about doing a sequel to that one because if you look at him, he hasn't aged whatsoever, and it's like 25 years later or whatever. He looks
What's the good fella from Ghostbusters called? Is the actor who
Ernie
what
Hudson.
was his name? That's
Ernie-
it. Yeah, yeah. What's in his water, mate? Fucking hell!
Andy's hench.
In it.
Have you seen the pictures
Is
of him? Because he's usually in suits all the time, isn't he? Like recently, you've been seeing him in t-shirts. You're like, fuck
Yeah. I mean, and if you've got a body like that, you'd rock t-shirts all year round, no matter where you live.
No wonder he ain't afraid of no ghost. They're scared of him. See him walking down the road with a proton pack on, like, oh, no,
Exactly, man.
Listen. He's a 17, he looks 25, and he's built like a brick shithouse. Run.
Absolutely Mercosol.
Right, that's enough Moana, because we said we're only going to do 30 for 45 minutes. We ain't even got onto Trailer 2 yet, which, let's go over to Beetlejuice, because it's right there.
Hey-o.
Daylight come, man. I love that music is like the soft version of that song. It's
Yeah,
right
man.
in the trailer when it starts. Instantly, I'm not going to lie, the minute you see him, I mean, obviously, we see the teaser trailer, instantly, I just smiled when he spoke. I was like, yes.
Yeah,
Yes. I was explaining to Jacob yesterday who Beetlejuice was when I was putting the poster up and showing him clips. Not all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Nice fucking
Michael Keaton's going through a bit of a career renaissance at the minute, isn't he? So this and this is going to add fuel to it. Yeah, there you go.
These best two characters ever. Sorry,
best two characters of his ever, and also we've brought this up a few times. Also, the best Batman. Yeah. So yeah, his career renaissance, and it's continuing with Beetlejuice 2, which is, Christ, man, is it closer to 40 years than 30 years since the original?
It was was it before Batman? It must have been before Batman.
Because he was a comedy actor, and people were like, we can't have him as Batman because he's a comedy actor. So it, on that premise, it stands to reason.
I remember that they were comparing it because Mr. Mum was his biggest film at the time. I'll have a quick nose while we're looking. Beetlejuice came out in 1988, so the year before Batman. So it would have been announced around the same time, or sort of thing. So that would have come out a year before. Wow, mate. Who else could have played that?
Sometime. Yeah, no one, and that's what I'm really glad about, that it hasn't been CGI'd up to the wazoo with, just making Beetlejuice a CGI character or casting someone else in, which theoretically could have been done because he's full of makeup and wigs and all the rest of it. So you could have physically maybe had someone else, but the voice, the cadence, the attitude, the character is Michael Keaton. So yeah, can't wait to see it. For once, I'm not like feeling sort of anxious about seeing a long-awaited sequel like I was with the first round of Ghostbusters and Afterlife. I was a bit like, I don't know if I want to see something in the same universe after that long, and the first film or the first films being that magical. Beetlejuice, I don't have any of that. Like, I'm just really excited to see it.
Do you know what helps? I think, and this is a massive fucking shout out to Keaton, is that obviously everyone will tell you the best part of the Flash movie was Michael Keaton stepping back into the role that he should be way too old to do, and doing it fucking phenomenally. Like, it's just like, I've got no worry at all. Yes, Beetlejuice does look a little bit older, but he's a fucking ghost, you know what I mean? He does look a little bit older, but it's just him, and it's just, he gets straight back into that character so easily. A character that, it's like 1988, what's that, 36 years ago now. 36 years, so even longer, and he's just slipped right back into it, doing it funny. And did you see the Dead Santa? When Catherine O'Hara's, the mum's character, or the nan's character now, is sitting in the waiting room? Did you see the Santa, Dead Santa?
Yes, I did. Yeah. In the waiting room, right?
Someone said in the internet that there's a rumor that may be. Do you remember Gremlins, the original Gremlins, the first one?
Oh yeah.
The Santa that gets stuck in the chimney. Someone said that may be a reference to that. Because wasn't Tim Burton something to do with Gremlins? Was he, or something was linked to it?
If he wasn't anything to do with it, you got to know he was a massive fan.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like something right up his street, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which, and there's always been long rumours now that Gremlins 3 is scripts are there, and people are signing on to it and all the rest of it. Can it be? Can that happen?
Oh mate, that'd be fucking great, wouldn't it? I'd like Gremlins 3. It's about time. I mean, Gremlins is something that, why haven't they made one? I'm glad they haven't overdone it like certain franchises, but
yeah,
Gremlins 3, we deserve a Gremlins 3. But
and do you know what? I feel like now would be a good time for it, because maybe if it was like 5-10, a little bit of time ago, 100% they would have gone a CGI route, because they would have been, we've got the technology to do this now. Hopefully, if it did come to fruition, hopefully they'd just be like, no, we got to keep the magic, got to keep the essence, we're going to use animatronics and puppetry again. And surely, like, as far along as CGI's come, like, surely that kind of tech and that sort of capabilities of manufacturing these puppets and animatronics is advanced as well. So that it can be just as good, right?
Yeah, mate, fucking hell, amazing. And that's what I was going to say about Beetlejuice, because that's what it's called. The technology has obviously come so far since that, but the sandworm bit, I looked at it and I was like, okay, the technology is there, but it still looks the same, and that's what it holds up. What's the technology? It looks, it's weird because it's that kind of animation, but it fits what it's meant to be, right? And it still
Exactly,
holds
yeah.
up, and it looks the same in that. When you see them sandworms, I was like, yeah, they look fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, if they were like all like super slick CGI shiny fuckers with like high frame rate and all the rest of it, yeah, it would fit into what films are now. But this is for us, man. That's a nice little touch for us.
Yeah, they got to think about we're getting old now. We deserve some we're getting a lot of our comeback round, so it's good, and they're doing it right, which is good. Beetlejuice is good.
Yeah.
Then we've got Venom 3. Now I knew there was going to be a Venom 3. I'm going to be honest, I've never actually watched Venom 2 because
Okay.
I
Yeah.
heard some bad things about it. I've seen clips and I've seen the post-credit scene, obviously where he ends up in No Way Home, basically, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously what happens in No Way Home, the post credits where it goes back and the symbiote's left. So I know that much, and I know that obviously it's clearly obvious that this trailer is set straight after this film is set straight after that moment because he's still in the same
Yeah.
fucking fuse. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, what did you think of the trailer overall?
Fine. Like I'm not blown away, but I'm not blown away by the Venom films. Like they're fun. They're really fun, and I'm not taking them too seriously either. I'm not like I'm not being the fan I was back in the day of on the independent British wrestling scene. I'm not critiquing it and like taking it too seriously and throwing my tits around because it's not right. I just take it for what it's worth, man. It's Tom Hardy having a bit of a joke, having a good time on playing this character, and I'm cool with that. I'm not gonna dissect it, and like, I've seen some things on Twitter and X, obviously Twitter X, about saying, oh well, this guy is clearly meant to be this character in the MCU, but they couldn't get him, so maybe Sony should just leave MCU stuff alone and just concentrate on the anime. Mate, just fucking go watch the film, innit? Like, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. You're allowed to say that.
Well, I saw some positive stuff about people picked
Oh,
up on.
cool.
One being you obviously see that guy who the actor the black actor that you see put the cup over the symbiote that was left in the
Yeah,
MCU
yeah.
universe. By the way, like I don't understand that it was left in the universe that he leaves. Why is it in this movie? So is that saying that there's a crossover to that universe? But that guy was the guy that plays Mordo in Doctor Strange. The kind
All
of
right, yeah, yeah.
he's in both Doctor Strange. He turns bad in the first one, and he's best friends with the Strange from um,
Yeah.
the universe, the other universe. So who's he? And is that a nod to he's in the MCU already, and he's in the scene has the symbiote from the MCU. There's obviously a nod, and there's also a very brief glimpse of. I'm pretty sure they've confirmed it is Reese Ifans. You know Reese Ifans.
Oh, yeah, the lizard.
Yeah, Kurt Connors.
Okay.
He looks homeless and shriveled, and like they're saying he's not playing Kurt Connors, but like we still don't know what universe Venom is in, and these
Yeah, yeah.
Craven and Morbius are meant to be set in. I think they're going to give us Amazing Spider-Man 3, and it's
Unless they're tying in another universe and he's actually back to being Eyeball Paul and he's landed on hard times. Ibiza's dried up.
Oh mate, yeah, Ginger Pig Sad Act. Oh mate,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I also think of him. One of my other favourite character of his is in is it Love Actually? Not Love Actually.
Not in Hill.
Not in
When
Hill.
he's the flatmate, yeah.
Oh mate, what do you think of these t-shirts when he comes down? You look. He got the two different t-shirts, and the third one, isn't it? You look beautiful. And then he walks
Yeah,
up
yeah.
and says, "Do you fuck on first dates?"
Yeah, no, that was the highlight of that film, to be honest, for me.
Yeah, yeah. Or when he walks outside and he's just in his pants and the paparazzi, and he's like,
Yeah. I obviously he's an actor, he's playing characters, but for sometimes you just get a feeling, or you can just tell that it's not far away from the person acting, and I feel
Yeah.
like that was a lot of Reese in that character.
Yeah, yeah, massively. He made Notting Hill's a good film overall, but he's the bit I love just going back to. It's the bit where he's got the
Yeah,
goggles on and he's smoking with the goggles on.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, he walks
But
in on
yeah,
her in
so
the bathroom and he peeks back in. He pops his
oh
head
yeah,
back
yeah, yeah.
in. But yeah, Venom. I mean, mate, it looks good, and I love
Yeah.
the Venom horse. That was fucking
Yes, I
sick.
was just about to shout that out. Yeah,
That looks
and
absolutely sick.
I love the I love the way that transformed as well. I don't know. There's just little details on it that it just looks so fucking cool. I can see quite a bit of artwork, fan made artwork from that. I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of people got a Venom horse tattoo somewhere along the line as well. It just looked really fucking cool.
Yeah, definitely.
And that weird giant face hugger type of deal that's come from Venom's planet. They have that little rock on the top of the plane. Like
Yeah,
that looks awesome. Like, the imagination on this looks really, really good, man.
you went aliens, and I was thinking of Stranger Things. You know the fucking things with the
Yeah,
mouse.
yeah, yeah.
Stranger Things. That's where I started seeing. And there's because I had never really watched or followed the Venom stories, but there was two symbiotes you see in one clip, and people have been raving about them. Munch and something else. There's two other symbiotes that
Yeah,
are
that's
really
right. Yeah,
popular.
yeah.
I don't know who they are, but I'm excited if they're big parts of the MCU and they're cool characters to bring in.
Yeah.
As long as they don't bring in cool characters and do what they did like in Transformers movies, where they made them two fucking idiotic robot. My cat's back. She's taking the piss. Yeah, as long as they, them stupid idiot like the ice cream vans in Transformers.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, mate, no. The little robot was funny when he was trying to hump her leg and that, but them two was fucking idiots. Oh, that's the trailers. Okay, we're gonna have to get into this interview soon. One last thing.
Yes.
We haven't got much else. Have you got any facts from Monty to talk about?
So, do you know what? We haven't got any facts so much. We've got a few discussion points that we sort of hashed out, and I tried to get inside his head and rile him up a little bit because a disgruntled Monty is the best Monty. So, I will tell you the topic. I will tell you kind of our brief conversation. Love to hear what you think of this as well.
Okay, go for
So
it.
the few things that we fired off at each other. First one was, this has been around for a bit. Is a hot dog a sandwich or a taco?
It's a fucking hot dog.
Yeah, but because you've got a foreign product in between bread, betwixt bread or inside bread, like, does that make it, because it's not two separate slices of bread, does that then become the taco because it's encased, or is it more like a sandwich? Or you're going down the route of, no, a hot dog's just a hot dog, right?
Well, yeah, because I mean, I don't know. It's meat in a bun, isn't it? I mean, fucking, it's a hot dog. Is it a
Yeah.
taco or a sandwich? I mean, if I was swaying, I'd probably say it's more of a sandwich because it's sandwiched between two bits. And a taco, I expect a taco shell to be crunchy.
Unless you get a soft taco shell. But yeah, I used that one because it had been bandied around a bit, so I thought go with that. Another one is, and I was quite interested in his reply to this. So is cereal a soup?
No, it fucking isn't.
Right, I'm with you on that. I'm completely with you. Cereal is cereal, but then Monty went a bit logical and was like, well, if you think of it, soup is a liquid containing other ingredients served in a bowl, normally hot, sometimes cold, and the same with cereal. It's normally cold, but sometimes hot, and it is a liquid with another ingredient involved in it.
I'm already
He
doubting my
was going,
focus.
cereal is a soup.
I'm already doubting myself. Monty, you might be right on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. But what came first, the soup or the cereal? Maybe a soup is a cereal?
Oh, what was invented first?
Yeah, like the
I'm
chicken
guessing
or
it
the
would.
egg.
Doesn't matter. We've got both now.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
What do you reckon?
um,
It probably was a
no,
cereal.
I'm saying cereal is cereal because whilst you're right, soup does contain things. My not argument, but my point to Monty was, all right, something like tomato soup. Yeah, that is just tomatoes blended up, and therefore is a bowl of milk. Now soup, because it is, tomato soup is one ingredient. Milk in a bowl is that now soup because it's just liquid in a bowl? No, it needs to contain something else. And he's like, oh yeah, but tomato soup will contain, maybe a bit of cream or, some basil or, some sort of herb to like give it some depth. And like, touche. But yeah, no, for me, cereal is cereal.
Yeah, so I've already started doubting myself but at the same time, like when you brought up about the tomato soup, I instantly thought like tomato soup with cereal. Not going to happen. So, I don't know, Monty. I part of me wants to agree with you because like the logic is there, and I actually kind of agree with his logic. But at the same time, I love me a cereal. I've got some Frosties like to devour in the morning. I haven't had cereals.
I'm currently going through best cereal, which is the cereal from the Sidemen.
Oh my God.
Bruv, don't give me that. You're a prime drinker. You go for influencer-led marketing as well. And I've gone for this because, unlike most cereal, it was under £2. And also, because I'm on this health kick, it's got like almost next to no sugar, no fats, and is fortified with iron and vitamin B, of course. And it's under £2. Like that, you don't get that from cereals that are actually nice. And they taste a bit like Golden Grahams. So I'm completely sold.
Okay, listen, I'll take it back because, to be fair, as soon as you said about Prime, I can't even deny it because in the interview, I'm drinking a fucking bottle of Prime.
There you go. There you go.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Now, the third and final Monty's moment, this was the one that got in his head the most.
Okay.
Is, can you see darkness?
Yeah. Well, no.
Can you, though?
No.
So, like, what you're seeing is the absence of light, which does create darkness, but it's not the light. It's not the dark that you're seeing because your eyeballs, your retinas, and your brain doesn't register dark. It's just registering the fact that there's no light. But is that one in the same thing? But you can't see dark. Like if you like hid in a wardrobe completely back, or you went out to a countryside on a very cloudy night and it was pitch black and there's no streetlights for miles, you can't see your hand in front of your face. You can't see dark because you can't see it.
Okay, yeah, fair point. But at the same time, I mean, we live in fucking rural areas where there's always some bit of light from something. But I've been where I've been completely in the dark and I can't see a fucking thing. So all I can see is darkness.
No, but you can't see it then.
And every time I'm in the darkness, I expect to hear, "I believe in a thing called love."
Fucking tune, absolute banger.
Yeah, great fucking song.
So you're in the boat of saying you can see dark. You can see darkness. Yeah.
Do me and Monty agree?
He couldn't settle. As you know, Monty gives me a lift home from work, and we discussed it for a good at least half the journey. And he flipped and flopped between the two now and again. Then he brought up the what the blind people see, and I was like, well, from my understanding, from what I've read and like seen online, is people who are born blind don't have any real reference, to what is dark and what is light and all the rest of it. But people that have been born sighted and then have gone blind for whatever reason say what they see isn't necessarily black or darkness, and they can't really describe what it is, because I guess it's like trying to describe a new colour that you've invented. There's no way of doing that. But to me, if a blind person on their account is not seeing darkness or blackness, that must factor into this. Like, so if they're not seeing that, is that what we see when it is dark? It's fucking confusing for me, man. Like, I can't settle on it now.
Oh, I don't know. Let's ask our listeners. Can you see darkness? It's a random fact. Listen, put it down in the comments, because right now I feel like in a minute, once we stop this, I'm just going to turn all the lights off and go, I can see you.
Yeah, but then that's something you can see. You can see. What? So you're saying if you turn off all the lights and shut your blinds and turn off anything that emits any sort of light and it's pitch black, that you're saying that's the darkness you can see?
I might have a wank, to be honest, if it goes that dark and I'm on my own.
Of course you will. Of course you will. And just on that brief note, the weirdest place I've ever had a wank was on the hard shoulder of a motorway slip road coming out of Dagenham.
I knew I'd seen you somewhere before. That's where I grew up. You're the fucking creepy wanker dude. Wait, what I don't understand is you don't drive.
No,
Oh, okay. This gets weirder, doesn't it?
it's not weirder. So in a nutshell, so I used to work with my cousin doing the bins around sort of like just out of London into Essex areas, and we broke down, so he had to go and get some help. And this was before phones done anything apart from play snakes. I was like fucking bored, not having
So
a
you play
clue
with
when he
yours.
was. Yeah, so that, yeah, exactly. I didn't know when he was coming back. I didn't know how long he was going to be. What I did know, it was like fucking 5 o'clock in the morning, and there was nothing else to do, and there was no one else around. So, yeah, got a little hype in the cab of the bin lorry, and then once I thought, I could probably get this done, just hopped out and opened the door, so I had a bit of cover, and just splurged out onto the hard shoulder. There you go. That's a fact I didn't need to share, but have.
Mate, why did you need to tell that? I'm not going to tell my story, but well done. And what makes it even worse, like I go back to Dagenham regularly to my mum's. I'm going to probably go past that exact hard shoulder this
Oh,
week.
you've probably driven past where I've had a wank on the hard shoulder, and also again, while we're on the subject, until 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 I was about, I'm gonna say probably 15 easy. It might have crept into when I was 16. I had a physical piece of paper with a list documenting every place that I've jizzed. So it was like a little diary. I didn't have dates. I was just like, this room in this house, that room in this house, this room, and the hard shoulder, the waiting room in the dentist, yeah,
Sorry, stop.
the allotments, the back of the 384, all these different places.
Sorry, can we go back to the dentist?
Yeah, yeah, is so basically, yeah. If I was left waiting,
The hard shoulder
if
was
I
the
was
weird one, was it?
if I was left waiting, is it weirder? Is it weirder? Yeah, basically, if I was about 13, 14, and I had time to kill, and I had no one else around, I'd be wanking.
The dentist fucking waiting room, mate. I'm surely you're not the only
Not
person.
in the waiting room, in the toilet. So like, I wasn't like in the waiting room, like, and like fucking Dr. Katz was gonna walk in and be like, oh, it's your appointment now. No, I took myself to the toilets.
Fucking hell. Oh, right. I think on that note, Tony, we need to hand over to this interview because this has gone so unprofessional.
Sorry, Tree Frog, that my wanking is the segue to your interview.
I
Hi,
know.
everybody.
Yeah. Let's hand over to me and Woody. We act a little bit more professional than Tony. Here's Check Katie from Tree Fog Grading. It's literally been 2 months since the last time we spoke, and Katie from Tree Frog Grading has graced us with her presence once more. Even though you are super busy, Katie, which we appreciate, by
Yeah,
the way. Welcome back. And Woody's back as
thank
well,
you.
by the way. Woody's become a dad and he's popped back in.
Said I'd be
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
He
welcome
did.
back.
Um, it's been 2 months, so I'm hoping
Yeah.
there's been a lot of progress in the world of card grading that you could catch us up on. I know we were having a brief chat just now, but we tried to stick away from talking too much about the business side of things. Um, so first off, Woody, I know the first question you were dying to ask because you were obsessed with that amount last time. Go for it, mate.
Going on the 20k cards by the end of the year. How are you getting on with that?
So we're at 12.2 now,
Ooh,
and that will hopefully this week will be 12.3.
okay.
I think the last time I spoke to you, it was around like 11, almost
Yeah,
12. I think
I
we're
think it
about like
was. Yeah,
300 off. So probably in like 2 months, it's been about 600 cards.
that's good.
Um,
Wow.
but obviously that's quite a lot if you think about it. That's 250 cards a month,
Yeah,
average ish. And you got to also consider we're a smaller company in the big world of what's going on in the UK.
yeah,
Um,
It's
So
it's a big. I mean, that's a big number. That's like you say, it's 500
yeah,
cards in 2 months. And you were just telling us you're not just doing this, you're doing other jobs as well. So to
yeah,
be doing that as well, amazing. Wow, what a big
yeah.
step up.
I relate
That's
with
really.
Woody with the lack of sleep. But
Yeah.
yeah, no. So we're over 12k now, heading quite swiftly towards the 12.5. So that's going well. I was thinking the other day, maybe I'm a bit ambitious with the 20k, but I think it's possible. I have
It's
a
good.
really
It's
good
good to
feeling it's
shoot for the
possible.
stars. It's good to.
Oh, for
It's good to
sure.
have something to aim for because, let's
I
say
mean,
you.
if we hit 17, I'll be happy. Like I'll be
Mm,
happy with 17, but I really want to hit the 20k.
yeah, I think you'll do it.
Let's go. I hope we'll do it because we've got a lot of exciting things coming up.
Hmm.
A lot of exciting things. We've been working on partnerships, so we've got new content creators coming aboard. Um, Loads of really fun people, and I'm really excited to work with them because they've got they're not like your typical content creators. They've got like a twist on how they like to do things, which I love because it's like we're a quirky brand anyway. Um,
It
so
fits with it. By any
yeah,
chance,
exactly.
these people you're talking about, is this Whimsical Sage and Dolly Matrix at all?
Yeah,
Oh, who's been doing
yeah.
his research? Who's been doing
There
his
you go.
research?
Um,
I had a look. Obviously you've announced on your social media that you've added
yeah,
these guys as affiliates, and that's what I was going to
yeah.
ask. Was like, what does that mean for you? What are they doing with you, and where's that going to take you?
So obviously we offer them, grading with us. We offer affiliates free grading. You get 5 a month. You can choose to do 5 of your own cards. You can choose to do giveaways. We give them 25% off extra if they want to do more than 5 cards. So they get that extra discount to obviously get it at a much cheaper price. In return, obviously, we just want them to advertise us, show their returns, um, talk about the brand really. And it's really important that we find people that are one interested in grading, even if it's their first time doing so, but two also have a passion. And Whimsical Sage and Dolly Matrix, they've got great um, they've got their own passions, which is great. They've got their own styles, which I absolutely love. um, I'm glad that obviously it's worked out, and I've got their cards coming to us at the moment. They've got their submissions together for the month. We also have another guy on YouTube called PokeGov. Brilliant guy. He does a lot of pack openings. Bless him. He's spending a lot of money on it at the moment. So we have him, and we do have one more hopefully joining us soon. I won't drop his name though. We'll wait until he's
That'll be on the
all
next update.
Next up,
also
yeah.
yeah, that'll be on the next update. But yeah, we're very open to affiliates at the moment because really it's a really good way to kind of get the name out there. And
And someone
I've
else doing it for
always
you as such.
yeah, exactly. And I
Mm.
always said to I've got my marketing guys who are busy. I've got a guy at the moment, Pierce. He's in our Discord. My God, he is working overtime. He's absolutely crazy, but I can't sing his praises anymore because he's fully handling this for me. Um, Literally, if I find someone on Instagram, I send it to him, and then he deals with the rest. And it's
That's
great
good.
because then I'm able to focus on what I need to be focusing on. Things like finances, the customers that we've got in at the moment. Um, so yeah, he's done all of this. He's brought those guys on in the last like 2 weeks, which has been crazy. Um, but it's all on him. It's not really anything from me. But yeah, I have to kind of give everything to him. But yeah, no, affiliates, they're great. They really do help promote the brand as well at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And obviously in return we can offer our services to them to use, and yeah, kind of help each other out a bit.
It's definitely the way forward, especially because everyone like is content creating now, isn't it? And it's such a thing, and like the
Mm,
world that the world that we love, the pop culture world, the geeky world, like why not do what you've done? Approach those
yeah.
people, and even with us, look at how we got talking was just like
Mhm.
we're into the same sort of things. We all like geeky things.
Yeah.
let's do something together. And it's fun to talk about as well. That's the best bit is you get to talk about having fun things and you're getting your stuff promoted while you do it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, honestly,
Good thing.
I wouldn't be able to do it without any content creators at all, and Pierce.
So, other than like the new affiliates and the content creators that you've got, what else has changed since we last spoke? With the company.
So since we last spoke, we attended our first card show. So we
See
did
that,
manage to
yeah.
get we got to Farnborough. Amazing weekend. I'm not so much swaying towards doing bigger card shows. I really do like the kind of intimate card shows, the smaller ones that go on. We had a really amazing weekend at CardCon, and I've just literally been working overtime, getting the brand back out there, working on what we can do to advertise. We have done a couple of giveaways and stuff. So we had an Instagram giveaway recently finish. We've done a lot of stuff in our Discord, and a little bit that's coming up is I managed to get my hands on a Fossil Unlimited pack from 2000. I think it's from the 2000s.
Oh, I remember
It
them,
is
yeah.
it is a light pack. It has been weighed. It is a light pack, but we are planning what we're going to do, whether we're going to do a giveaway, a raffle, or something.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So yeah, we've got that coming up. Probably not this month, maybe next month. But
So
yeah,
keep an eye out on
I've
the
got it.
socials then for that one.
Yeah, keep an eye on the
Yeah.
socials because it will go on Instagram for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're kind of working out what we're going to do with that. But yeah, no, all exciting stuff. Like we're just keeping up with everything, and I think now it's getting into the summer. We're very much away from Christmas and the dip, and there's definitely been a rise in people looking to grade and get their cards kind of dealt with, and yeah, so it's going really well.
Good. I
Really
mean,
good news.
I see the giveaway. I can't. I've had it in my head. I remember the Pokemon card you were giving away. That was great. It was graded an 8, and it was the
Yeah,
green one with the tree
it's
thing on
a
the back.
Torterra from
Torterra,
Tropical
that's it.
Forces.
Yes, that's it. That's it. I see it. I was like, wow, that's
Yeah.
a nice looking card. Very nice looking card.
Yeah.
And so that's done with. That's you chose a winner.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Pierce chose a winner. So that's all been dealt with. That's being shipped out to them. So yeah, we've also done our one in Discord. That one was a Noivern from Pado and Fates. So
Yeah,
a
yeah.
shiny Noivern, also a full art. So that's been
Oh,
dealt with in our Discord. So it's also really good if people are looking to join a community. Our Discord's great. It's a little bit weird, so kind of be prepared for maybe weird memes or something.
Yeah.
But it's very
it's
much
fine by
fitting
me.
in with the with the idea that we're all kind of a little bit weird, It's always good laugh. Like if you want a bit of banter or you want to know what's happening or what people are buying or what's going on, loads of people in there to chat to.
I
Yeah,
will, once we finish recording, I will get your Discord because when we last spoke, I didn't have a clue. I knew what Discord was, but I didn't actually have access to it. But
yeah,
I'm doing an event next month DJing, and the guy was like, "You need to be in this Discord," and I tried joining like 15 times, didn't let it. I was like, "I don't know what my problem is." Finally, let me in, and I've joined it, and now I get all the notifications. Like, this is quite cool. But so now
yeah.
I can join your Discord. I know
You
what I'm
can.
doing.
We've got a link tree in the bio of our Instagram, and it's
Oh,
got
there
all
we
the
go.
links for
Even
everything.
easier.
TikTok, Discord, Facebook, I think might be on there. I don't know, but yeah, again, that's all dealt with Pierce, and it's nice because I can just focus on the back end of the company and
Good
focus
old
on
Pierce.
good old Pierce.
Shout out
Shout
to
out to
Pierce.
Yeah.
Pierce.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Um,
Pierce. There
Well,
was obviously when I first messaged yesterday, someone else replied, and then you replied like a second later. Someone else
that'd
was
be
there.
Pierce.
That was Pierce. Oh, what I got to
That was
see.
Pierce.
Instant reply as
He
well.
hand it's brilliant. He handles everything for me, and so he's off this week. He's moving. He's moving up to Scotland. Bless him. So he's going to be a million miles away from me, but he will still be handling everything. And as I said, I cannot thank him enough because the benefit that it brings to me is amazing. Because now I'm not in this alone. And I
Yeah.
think that's the worst thing when you are running a business and you are very limited, is you have to do everything. And honestly, like, the business would not be what it is today without, you know, the Discord and the help that I get from the moderators there, and also the external help that I get from, you know, my husband and the old owner that I still talk to and still kind of get help from him as well. It literally wouldn't be where it is today.
I've got an idea. How about next time we bring Piers? Even if he's in Scotland, he can join the chat. Get Piers in, so
Yeah,
give him a little bit of a push if he doesn't mind being on
yeah.
camera.
No,
There
I
we
mean,
go.
he loves it. I mean, we're planning a lot of once he's moved, we're planning a lot of filming content. So we'll be filming a lot of videos ourselves of like how to submit your cards and, you know, why our grading services, why, because I think that's the biggest question that a lot of customers ask. There's a lot of UK companies out there at the moment. Why would they come to us? And we are one of the strictest in the UK. If you really want to know what your card is about, come to us, because
You're the ones to go
we
to,
will,
yeah.
yeah, we'll be so hard. We match up with Beckett in the US, and Beckett are known to be the hardest over there. So yeah, it's a lot of companies will just easily give out tens because they follow an easier scale. There is loads of scales out there, but yeah, we are very strict.
This is what I was saying when I was saying to you before that I've been talking a lot, obviously not just to people that have listened to our episode of the last time you were on, and we've obviously continued to promote the code using it because it's still there, and as you told us, 2 people have used it. I
Yeah.
mean, I need more. I know of a few more people that will use it, and I still want to get some of Jacob's cards graded, but I still don't know what we've done with them. So I want to get done. So when you're talking to people and like sort of explaining, like, I've had people say to me, "I know of tree frog grading." Like, there we go. And I even had someone send me a picture the other week, going, "Is this that company? Is this the card graded by that company that you had on the podcast?" And it was a TFG card graded
Yeah,
somewhere. Where was it? I think it was in Essex. One of my friends
yeah.
in Essex. So there you go. The name's getting out there, which is always good.
I didn't even know we were in Essex, so
There you go.
that's
Someone's
beneficial
had
for
your card,
us.
or someone's sock because it was in a shop. Someone
Yeah, yeah,
had a card that was selling it, and I was like, brilliant. There we go. That shows that. I mean, not just America. You got covering Basildon, Essex as well, which is upmarket.
yeah.
Woody's laughing. He's been to Basildon. It's not that nice.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'll go anywhere, you know. If it goes there, cool. Like, it's brilliant to see. It's weird because it's like when I go out into the wild, I say into the wild, when I leave my front
Yeah.
door, and I see a TFG card just in a shop somewhere, I'm like, okay. I'm like, part of me's like, do I go in and introduce myself and be like this really like weird person? Like, that's my company. Like, you know, I feel like I'm growing into this proud like mum moment where you see your child do something like amazing. Like, this business feels like a child to me every
Yeah.
day, and I see it like out there, and I'm like, oh, like
Yeah, it's really
that's
good.
me right there.
But you should do something because you never know. Like, you go into a comic book shop that is selling
Mm,
your cards, they might go. I'll go just say, random question. I just want to point that out, just not to show off, but that's my company. I own that company, the grading
yeah,
company. Do you got starts a I mean, probably like you did with Bobby at the G
yeah,
Zone.
yeah.
Get
No,
some.
I
Everything's an
do.
affiliation.
I do, and a lot of them are like, they have this long conversation about like what our standards is like, because 9 times out of 10, their customers brought it in to sell them. They've probably given a price that they can work with, and they 9 times out of 10 they don't really know. They're like, and it's so much easier if you, even if there's not like a partnership or they're not looking to partnership with grading, it's still good for them to kind of get that first hand understanding of your scale of what, you know,
What you do.
what you do and
Yeah.
how it matches up with what everyone knows, which is the American companies, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, as well as with all the positives, there is criticism. But to be honest, like, I've not received a lot at all. I've not heard about a lot that's happened, and yeah, a lot has happened that's been quite positive, which is obviously exciting.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, another thing we had actually, which is also quite interesting. So with people that have collections, a lot of people don't realise, but you know when you take out a home insurance policy and it's supposed to secure all the assets within your home,
Yeah.
if you have any trading cards or anything that doesn't have a fixed value, home insurance doesn't cover it that well because the value can change from day to day. So there was I think they're called Trovio. Trovio. They're a insurance company for collectors.
Okay.
Oh.
So they reached out to us sometime a couple of weeks ago. So we're now affiliate partners with them. We are on their
That's
list
really good.
of approved graders in the UK.
Wow.
So
You're selling that like it. Yeah, we just the insurance companies trust us. Of course they do. Yeah, selling it. You're not
well,
selling. That's amazing.
you
Yeah, it's
know,
brilliant.
so now we've set up everything. I'm getting, going to get all the marketing posts and stuff generated for them, but obviously this is a great time to talk about it. But yeah, for me, it was one thing that I didn't realise that my home insurance wouldn't fully cover my collection.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people don't
And
know that because I didn't know that was a thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, my collection downstairs is probably anywhere between 5 to 10 grand.
And what's your full address?
Good luck. We have 2 cats and they will attack.
It's not for me. It's
but
for any listeners out there who are really good at robbing.
but yeah, no, at the end of the day, like my collection is like my world. Like I would be devastated if it got damaged or lost. What's amazing about this insurance company is they don't just cover in home, but if you take it to card shows. So if you ever go to tournaments, Pokemon tournaments, Magic tournaments, Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, you're taking a deck or you're taking a binder. A lot of people do travel with not too expensive cards, but some people do take their expensive cards because they don't want them at their site.
Yeah, of course.
They cover that, and they will cover that if anything gets lost, damaged, or stolen. And we're working with them now to set up kind of insurance for our customers so that if our customers say, hey, I've got a tree frog graded slab, can you get it covered, that they will actually cover it. And if anything does happen, if a claim is made, they come to us and they go to external people and say like, hey, look, we've got a claim going, we've had this card graded in this, in this condition with this company, what value would you put this at? Because the thing is, well, values change. I mean, there's been one, literally since I've spoken to you 2 months ago, there's been one card. It's a Gengar VMAX from Fusion Strike. I bought that card last year in September, November time, around that time. I bought it for £162, which is quite a lot for a shiny piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
But in in it was the last one I needed for my master set, so I had to buy it. But in the last month or two, that card's gone up to about £300. So it's
Wow.
pretty much doubled.
I think I know the one you mean as well. Wow.
It's a huge card, beautiful artwork. But yeah, it's just like that, double in price, and that is honestly why I'm like, I see so many cards come through my desk, obviously, and it always runs through my mind now, like, do these people know that they should get insurance on this? This is expensive. Like, if anything was to happen to this card, like, would they be able to recover the cost that they've lost from it? 9 times out of 10, it's probably a no.
Yeah.
So, they do free quotes online. You can just go on, get a quote. They do bespoke quotes as well. So if you've got really expensive, rare cards, they'll work through. Who was saying to me they were getting a client on that's got a sports card worth about 20 grand. So, yeah, if you really have like any expensive cards or just your whole collection, you've got a big collection, your home insurance probably won't cover it. So look for bespoke collectors insurance.
Really
I
interesting.
mean, we're talking about it for cards, but I'm now thinking about my Power Ranger collection. I'm like,
Hmm.
do you know, my toys, if anything ever happened to them, I'd be very
Yeah,
upset. I mean, I'm
it
assuming
might.
that being like,
He
even if not
obviously was
them,
only talking to me about
but
trading cards
cards.
because obviously, but they might be able to do it because I know that this is like it's like a sub section off an insurance company. The guy I spoke to, Paul, really great guy. So they might be able to do collections of obviously your Power Rangers and stuff like that.
I definitely have to look into this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely look into it because I know with home insurance, unless if it's over a certain value, you have to declare it.
Yeah.
And if you don't declare it, they won't cover it.
I definitely
So
need to look into it because one of the reasons my collection isn't at my family house is because I've got kids
yeah,
and I worry that it's going to get broken or family
mm,
members are going to come over when I'm not here and just come in the room and start playing with things and breaking things. So yeah,
yeah,
insurance is a good idea. Very
yeah,
good idea for that kind of
yeah,
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
yeah.
good. That's really interesting as well. Like I say, a lot of people won't know about that, so it's good to get that
Mm.
out there.
And the thing is, as well, it's such a new thing.
Yeah.
I'm really not surprised that no one knows about it because, like, they've only really started in the last couple of months. But it's
Mm.
not like a new company. They're off an actual insurance company that
Yeah.
insures houses and lives and stuff.
Mm.
But talking to Paul, he was like, there was one huge gap in the market, and that was collectors
Yeah.
insurance. You know,
Yeah.
and as I said to him,
Definitely.
like, we insure ourselves, we insure our homes. Why did no one think about insuring collections and people's
Yeah, definitely.
hobbies?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I mean, as we know, the collections of people are collecting a lot more these days. I'd
Hmm.
say, especially cards, toys, and stuff like that. Especially my generation. We're that generation that realised very quickly. I'm now an adult. I have adult money. I could spend it on kid things, and we love it. Absolutely love it. We started that. All right, I'm just saying, we really started it. My generation. Um, we spoke about what you've been up to, and obviously you've mentioned a little bit that you've got a lot coming up. Have you got any big events or card shows and that coming up over the summer? Obviously, summer coming. I'm sure there's loads going on.
Yeah, so there's a lot of card shows up north that we're not attending, um, for the obvious reason of we are very southern based at the moment, um, and it takes a lot not only to plan events but make sure that you've got enough coverage for them, um, on top of also needing overnight stays in hotels and X, Y, and Z. So currently at the moment we've not got anything coming up. Um, that's not to say that we've got London card shows coming up in August time. I think their next one is, so like there will be ones down in like London way that I'll attend in person. Um, most of the stuff at the moment we're really just focusing on like online presence, marketing, advertising. Whilst we can't get to these card shows, we can still obviously boost our online presence and just start getting with the affiliates and stuff because as well when affiliates go to card shows, especially if they're spread across the country, that helps spread the word even though you're not there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, of course.
so yeah, that's kind of been our main shift in focus is obviously getting the online kind of marketing stuff going. It's going really well. So Pierce, yet again, Pierce,
Good old
doing
Piers.
amazing with our TikTok. Yeah, doing amazing with our TikTok.
Yeah, I've
Um,
seen a lot of content coming out with it. To be fair,
mm,
it's
yeah,
good.
he posted. So we posted a Pedro reel which got like 28 views, and we were a bit like, okay. And then he posted another one, and it was like 800 just within a day. And
Trust me, with TikTok, it doesn't make sense. Like
no,
we've done stuff where we've spent ages making things, 100 views. I don't know if you see. There was not long after you came on.
mhm,
I made a TikTok, not realizing I was posting it from our podcast page. It was meant to go from
mhm,
mine. It was to do with it was an autism thing, just stuff like that. And this school would upset people that they were taking pictures of a
mhm,
classroom without the kids with auditional needs in and doing ones
yeah,
with, so parents had a choice. And I did a rant about it,
mhm,
I woke up to Woody going, "Have you seen our TikTok? It's blowing up. Like
mad.
we had like 99 followers. We're now on like 1,500 because of this
Yeah.
video. 400,000 views. But what stressed us out was like, what we're looking for really. Our sort of
Audience.
audience. That's the
Yeah.
word I was looking for. Our audience is probably middle-aged men. We've now got single mums that are watching our content. Like, that's not what we were expecting, but hey,
Yeah.
a follower's a follower, and now we've got a new
If the
crowd.
algorithm works, it works.
Yeah.
I think
Just-
this is the thing, is they're constantly changing the algorithms these days of social media, and it's so hard to keep on top of it. It's like one day it's like you should be posting every day, twice a day on specific hours, and then the next day it's like, oh no, wait, we only want like 3 posts a week.
Yeah, or we only want
It's-
photos
Yeah.
posted for this day. Like, I get
It's
it.
like we don't want reels. We want more photos and images, and we want more for the For You page. And then it's like, oh no, wait, actually, we do want reels. We want loads of stuff. It's just so hard to keep up and
Yeah.
keep on track. So at the moment, I just said to Pierce, like, do what you think's best. I said, because I'm not an algorithm. I can't work the algorithms. I said, you're doing the marketing course, like, just have hammered it, like, there's nothing you can do to cause problems. I was like, just do what you feel's best.
I love it. This has basically been a big plug for what Pierce does, this whole interview, which is great. So we'll set this up for next time it comes out. And I was just thinking to myself, you were saying you may not be doing shows up north because you're more southern based. Now Pierce is going to Scotland. Just saying, Woody lives up north
he'll
as
be
well.
attending the Scottish shows.
Yeah, no, he lives up north as well. They should get them connecting. He might be able to
Yeah.
affiliate and
live
do
in
things
Scotland.
for you. No, but
I don't live in
you drive to Scotland sometimes for work.
To be fair.
You meet Pierce on the way and go do a show.
Yeah, no, literally. So there is a card show in Scotland, and I literally said to him, like, look, once you get settled and organised and you can get to it, I was just like, we'll get you some marketing banners, we'll set you up a table and stuff. I was just like, and we'll send you off to the show. I mean, when we went to CardCon, he did the Sunday with me, and it was so chill, it's so chill. And I just said to him, like, just go ham. But yeah, it's definitely been busy, and I only wish for it to get busier, despite obviously being up to my eyeballs already in it. But at the end of the day, it's
The busier you
what
are,
I
the more
enjoy.
people you can take on, the bigger the company comes, and the more that people talk about it. And that's why we were like, let's get Kate, because I'm sure there's been, and like we've spoke, there's been so much progress in just 2 months, so many cards been done, so many things happened that it's probably set for another 2 months, just so it gives you a couple of months to get its stuff and give everything
Could be
going
another
on.
8 weeks.
Yeah, and I'm going to do it. Obviously, we'll have to plug now that our code TWD15 still works if you want to get your car graded via us and via TFG. Go use it, and I'm going to make sure everyone that I've spoke to in the last 2 months, I'm going to go round again and say, listen, get your cards graded, because soon she's going to be way too busy. Pierce is going to be too busy. Katie's going to be the whole team's going to be too busy to grade your card. All right, get it done now.
We've also tweaked our bulk discounts.
Ooh.
So we've tweaked them slightly. So we now do the 10, 30, 50. So if you do 10 cards, you get 10% bulk discount, and then you can still use that discount code with the bulk discount.
Go then.
Look at that.
So
we'll put all the links down below in the description for everyone. Put your
We
links.
need to
in
remember
there,
that, Woody,
Joseph.
because we've been saying for a couple of weeks, me and Woody, when we get a time, but then obviously had a baby, that we're going to record, rather than just having to remember to say it, we're going to record a little promo just to put on every episode. Makes sense then. It's there. Remember that bit, Woody. Write that down.
Yeah.
So basically,
Yeah.
do it. Do your 10. You get another 15% off.
Yeah. Do 10 cards
good.
and you get 10%, and then you get another 15 with the code. So
Katie?
25% off.
You are a star. Do you know that? Like, you've just basically, you've got 25% off just by listening to us and going to use our code.
Yeah, there we go.
As a great man once said, he who dares wins.
Yeah.
Katie, it's been amazing chatting to you again. I can already hear that people are trying to get in through the door, so we're going to have to probably wrap up. Woody, anything else? Any other question? Anything else you want to do?
No, just thank you again for your time. Good luck with everything that you've got going on. And can't wait to
Thanks,
speak again
guys.
in a couple of weeks.
Thank you. In another 2 months.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Tony's been waiting for the whole thing because he's been waiting while the interview's been on. Brilliant. We ended the last segment with him talking about his wanking things. We started it, but that was a great chat with Katie. Big thank you to Katie for joining us. On the next episode, you'll hear this, Tony, when you hear the episode. We're going to have Katie and Pierce, her marketing manager, because we spoke about Pierce throughout the whole thing. And we've still got, Katie's okay that we've still got our 15% off, TWD 15. If you go to Tree Frog Grading's website, you get 15% off. And if you're clever and you buy a bulk order, you can get up to 25% off by using our code. Mate, it's been lovely chatting to you for most of it until the most recent parts. It got a little bit weird again, as always. No stories, though. Apart from you fucking weirdo.
One day, there's going to be a Netflix documentary about me. Once we make it all big and stuff, there's going to be a Netflix. I was just about to say a Nonsflix documentary, a Netflix documentary about us, and all this will sum up. And like once it's summarized and cut up into little chunks, I'm sure everything's going to make perfect sense.
Yeah, there's gonna be some stories, mate. And I thought Ash was gonna get me cancelled. Fuck me. This is Talks with Dorks. That's Tony. I'm Ryan. Do the social media plugs, but everything with us is at Talk Dork Podcast. Search for us. Make sure you like, subscribe. I'm at the DJ Ryan S. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X, whatever the other one is. Tony, give us yours.
On TikTok, I am Tony of Bingus the 90s, and big things are happening. Follow me, please. And also, just for no reason in particular, any videos that you see of mine that are now over a minute long, stick around, watch them to the end, and give a like and a comment and a share, and do everything you can on those videos over a minute. I'm not saying that I'm making money from them now or anything like that. Just do that for me, please.
Yeah, and if you're one of Tony's 40,000 followers, can you please come over to our page and my page and get us to 10,000, because we'd like to make some money from TikTok as well, please. That'd be great. This is Talks with Dorks. Tony, you know what I'm going to say. Any final words from you, son?
Love you, yogurt chewers.
See you later.